color correct first.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And all the details of everything used will be in the description box on this video.
Foundation on.
Thanks for watching.
First, and I'm not going to apply this right up under my eyes, but I will blend some up in there. This is my foundation shade. Blending the foundation, like I said, I'm getting, looks pretty good. Just my base shade, so my foundation. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the concealer hack that I've been seeing and wanting to try. Let's do it.
Starting with the lightest shade first, and then to the center it will get a little bit darker, and then to the outer edge we're going to go with a little bit of peachy and then a deeper peachy earthy tone on the outer edge, and then softly blend it out. Let's see how it finishes. I feel like it's good. I like it, but I honestly don't feel like I need the darker earthy tone. I think I could stop at just the peachy tone and blend it out.
Okay, so overall, I'm quite happy with the way that it covered my dark circles.
A little more blending with my sponge and setting spray.
Detail brush, I will sometimes use my wash brush just to kind of keep things a little softer, but you know, this is still controllable, but I do get a more dramatic deposit when I use this brush for my contour.
When I start with my foundation first, I always will, actually I'll do it whether I start with contour first or foundation first. I always like to do the blending with my sponge, my damp sponge and setting spray before I go on to the next step. This is only going to ensure that I have a perfect set for the entire day, and it will wear really well with minimal to zero touch-ups. Okay, so here I'm focusing on keeping my blush soft, neutral, and just kind of a nudie peachy sort of tone. I love Frenchie Lip and Cheek from Seint Beauty. I'm using all Seint Beauty cream products on my face, but I love the Frenchie for like just that soft, you know, natural looking flush cheek. But I'm also going to go over top of it and add a deeper earthy tone to it to just add a little more tone to the cheek in support of this latte makeup look. Okay, so here I'm applying my bronzer to my eyelid for a base. I don't feel that this step is necessary. I actually did this exact same eyeshadow look the next day and did not use the bronzer as my base shade. So you can totally just go to the eyeshadow and skip the bronzer part. But I do always take my contour over onto my eyelid most times, whether I'm doing a eyeshadow look or not. You will notice that in this tutorial my lips are moving and I'm doing voiceover because my husband called and we had a conversation while I was doing this. So I apologize that I couldn't do the live voice with the application of the makeup. I guess I was in a groove and just did not want to stop.
Okay, so I've applied a color at the lash line and blended out. It's a very deep matte chocolatey tone. I'm just going to add a touch more. And then I blended the dark up and then added a lighter brown shade just to blur so it keeps everything soft and gives it a soft transition. We're going to keep the eyeshadow matte, but I am going to apply a little bit of a powder illuminator at the brow bone just to catch a little bit of glimpse, or just to give it a little bit of polish for the finished look. I'm going to go do the other side and I'll be back.
So you can see that this is a bit of a process because I want a deeper mobile lid, which is something that I don't normally do, but I actually was so impressed with the finished look on me and it really made my eye color pop. I can never do my eyes first at the beginning of a makeup look, so this is how I clean up under my eyes after I do the eyeshadow look. I'm simply just taking the smaller end of my foundation brush and lightly tapping it out and blending it upward for a soft, clean edge.
No creasing under my eyes before I set with powder.
You can use a setting powder. You just have to make sure you have the right formulation for whatever skin type you have. If you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, you want an ultra fine powder and you want to use very little, and you might not even want to use a pad.
Now I'm going to tight line at my lash line a little bit. I'm going between my lashes. And we're just going to do a tiny flick right there. See the difference? Soften that wing.
These Repher brushes for detailed eyeshadow work are so amazing. All right, so here's the part where I'm adding that little bit of illuminator I talked about to the brow bone. I'm putting it on the tops of my cheeks and to the peak of my brow. I will put a little bit on my nose and to the Cupid's bow just to catch the light a little bit. It's just a pretty subtle touch of glow. I know, my lips are super pale, but I am going to apply the Revlon. I think it's Bare It All. I'll link everything in the description box of this video, but I'm adding that just to add a little more depth and sheen to my lips without going super sparkly. I love the nude lip colors, and this one is just right for me with the dramatic eye. Adding lots of mascara.
My Espresso Soft Glam Makeup Look.